Hi, today we're going to talk about the three-question framework that transforms interview performance. If you're getting interviews but not offers, there's probably a few specific reasons why. I'm Holly, founder of HMS Career Coaching, and I've helped hundreds of clients for high stakes. Oh, no, okay. Hi. Today we're going to talk about the three-question framework that transforms interview performance. So if you are getting interviews but not landing job offers, there's probably some specific reasons why. I'm Holly, founder of HMS Career Coaching, and after preparing lots and lots of clients for high-stakes interviews, I've identified a few questions that every interviewer is actually trying to answer, regardless of what they're really asking. And if you master these sort of hidden questions, you'll transform your interview success rate. So last month, Jen came to us after reaching the final interview round for three different positions, but didn't receive the offers. And after implementing this framework in her very next interview, she received an offer at a compensation level that was 15% higher than what she expected. So it wasn't about changing her qualifications. It was about fundamentally changing how she communicated her value and prepared for the interview. So the problem is that a lot of candidates are approaching interviews by reactively answering the specific question the way it sounds as it comes from the interviewer without understanding the underlying assessment really taking place. So they prepare their answers, they hear the question, but they fail to really understand the fundamental concerns that really drive hiring decisions. And this creates a disconnect between your qualifications and how they're perceived by the interviewer. So here's some ideas for solutions. Step one is understanding the three questions. So behind every interview question, no matter how it's phrased, they're typically trying to find answers to these three questions. One is, can you solve our specific problems, your capabilities? Two, will you actually do the work effectively? Are you committed? What's your work ethic? Are you excited about this company? And three, will you fit with our team and our culture? So your compatibility. And these questions reflect the real concerns of hiring managers and the information that they're using to make decisions. They need someone who can not only do the job technically, but will be motivated to excel, grow, work well with the existing team. And when you understand the underlying concerns, you can pivot your answers to address them more effectively. So, step two is about the problem-centered response. So for every significant question, you want to structure your response to address the hidden concerns that we just talked about. So identify the specific problem or challenge that's relevant to the role. Describe a relevant example where you've solved a similar problem. And slight tip, offshoot, is you don't ever have to say, no, I haven't done that. The best, you can just drop that sentence. And if you haven't had that exact experience, you can just head straight into the most closely related experience I have relevant to that is X. So try not to start with the no, I haven't done that. Then you want to quantify any results that you've achieved if possible and connect specifically how you'd apply your strategy and your skills at their company. For example, rather than generically describing your management experience, you might want to say, I understand that scaling a team productively while maintaining quality is a key challenge in this role. At my previous company, I inherited a team that was missing deadlines. By implementing a new workflow system and coaching, we improved on-time delivery by 50% while seeing an increased output of 10%. And I see similar opportunities to enhance productivity here. This approach directly answers, can you solve our problems? And provides really concrete evidence and shows that you have taken the time to prepare your answers based on what you think they really need. And then the step three is asking strategic questions. So the questions that you ask reveal a lot about your thinking, maybe more than anything else in the interview. So use your questions to both gather information and address these hidden concerns. So for capability questions, you might want to ask something like, what are the critical challenges that this person in this role will need to address in the first 90 days? That, what you're doing with these questions is that you're giving them a chance to say what they really are looking for, and you're kind of identifying any objections to your candidacy, and it's giving you a chance to combat that right in the interview. And so for commitment questions, you could ask, what distinguishes your top performers in this department from average ones? That gets it, what makes someone super productive in this company? And then for compatibility questions, you might want to ask, how would you describe the team's communication style and collaboration process? That will let them explain to you how the team works, and then you to show how you fit. So these questions really demonstrate sophisticated thinking about the role you're applying to while giving crucial information to tailor your responses. So understanding and addressing all these hidden questions doesn't just help you perform better in interviews, but it also gives you valuable insight into whether the role is really right for you. When you engage as a strategic problem solver rather than just a job applicant, the entire dynamic shifts in your favor. For a detailed guide with examples for responses and questions, you can download our interview tips. Just click the link below. And if you need more information or want to have a mock interviewing session, let us know. We also have an interactive interview prep app that might be helpful. I hope you subscribe. We'd love to see you here. Take care and good luck.